Hello everyone, welcome to another video on the JayBee and Milly channel. I am JayBee and here with me is Milly.
Hi.
And joining us, of course, we have Sophie.
Hey.
So this is our Christmas special year in review. Now, this might be a bit chaotic, and the reason is this was meant to be a Scooby Secret Santa, and then it wasn't. Then it was meant to be a Scooby Christmas quiz, then it wasn't. So I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just going to be the ringleader of this video. And so I'm going to propose that we do a top 5 list of things related to Scooby-Doo that happened this year, the channel, the interviews, basically all of that rolled into a top 5, and it's a 2022 year in review, and hope that it isn't a train wreck. Now, I suppose
I'm going into this with the top 2. I hope you know that.
I suppose in the name of fairness, right? Because this is kind of my baby, this is my concept. So I'm going to go first just to give everyone a chance to think and a chance to get people thinking about what they want. But people watching this, of course, some of you have been here ever since the 1st of January when we premiered our interview with Marty Grabstein, all the way up until now. So from what you've seen of what we've done this year, do you have a top 5 moments that you've seen on the channel? Please let us know in the comment section down below. It'd be amazing to hear, and very curious to know what people's best moments have been. That'd be very, very interesting. Or a top 5 best moments of just anything. Top 5 anything. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. So my number 5 is, as I've already said, I think it's gonna be the Marty Grabstein interview, because that was the first interview that we did in this format on Zoom face camera. And I kind of feel like it set the foundations for what was to come. We did 3 interviews previously that were on Zoom, I think, or maybe it was Discord. It was on something, but we weren't showing faces. And for all that was a lot more scope for pointing, hand signals, and everything that we kind of have to do under the screen now in terms of who's talking and when they're talking. It was more personal doing this. And I think it spoke a lot to confidence as well, because we used to hate showing our faces on cameras and stuff. Like, we once did a house tour, which I don't think we ever uploaded, of the house that we did previously to this, and every single photo of us, we went around and stuck sticky notes over that photo, over those photos. It was hilarious. I still remember doing that. And so to go from that stage of just doing that for a house tour to being like this all the time and pulling silly faces, I just think it was good for confidence. So I've dragged that on for too long. But yeah, number 5 for me is the Marty Grabstein interview. Milly, do you have a 5th one?
I do, and it's something a bit behind the scenes. It's when you accidentally called Miguel.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry. Oh my god. Okay. Sorry. It's on silent.
Oh,
no, that's fine.
No one messaged me ever. I'm giving me a heart attack.
Oh,
so yeah, my 5th place has to be you not accidentally calling Miguel, but we were trying to set up an interview, and he'd given you his number, and you were kind of like, oh, okay, so I guess what we'll do is we'll call them, and as you said that, you just accidentally press call them through the phone at me, and that just kind of made a good memory for me, because it was just oh wow, we've gone from, like JayBee said, like not having our face in any videos, to me managing to just get thrown into a conversation with him and ending up getting an interview from it. So
yeah, it was so weird, because I kind of feel like you were trying to be formal, and I think we must have caught him. That's brilliant. I'm just kidding.
sorry.
We must have caught him at a time that I've got like this image of him getting a phone call. He's by his pool, massive glass of whiskey and a cigar, because you were trying to be like, oh yeah, Mr. Miguel, like, we want to choose the time that's the best for you, and he was like, yeah, let's do it. When do you want to do it? And he was just completely crazy.
Great energy.
It was amazing. So yeah, that's a pretty good number 5. I like that a lot. I like it. I love it, in fact. What about Sophie? Number 5.
Okay, so we seem to be going off like the channel videos, yeah? Yeah, I have no idea what we're doing.
I think it's a mix of anything.
I've got a number 5 for videos of yours in mind, yeah?
Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah, if we did, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'd say my top 5 as a Scooby collector would be all the collection videos. Now, you know, you post collection videos throughout the year and they are the most exciting ones for me. I just love seeing what other people have got. And I think as the Scoob community, you know, we just love seeing, you know, what else we could get or like what people have got. And it's just fascinating to me. So I love it.
I mean, after our conversation with you yesterday, I want you to do a collection video. Because then it's like not just what other people have that they could get, but just
that's what we should have done.
The amazing things you've made as well.
Thank you.
See, that's what we should have done, really.
See, when you started talking about top fives, I was like, Sophie did some artwork that was all Daphne's winter outfits. We could have done a top 5 Daphne winter outfits from looking at that.
Well, we're not that'll be a bit too much. We'll just do like a collection. Well, that's coming soon, actually. You know what? We should have just done that instead. But that's really good. I like doing the collection videos. Because I feel like we would be the only ones doing it from a UK perspective as well. So I think, yeah, I like that. We should do another one.
Okay, JayBee, your 4th place.
Okay, my 4th place is the release of the Scooby-Doo Funko soda coolers. Because, and just everything around that. So that can be the announcement of them, the content that we made surrounding them, and unboxing them. Because it was such a unique item. Even to this day, it's the latest one that they did. And it was the second one that they did ever. Like, they did a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one and then Scooby. And for all I was expecting, just different releases of different sodas, for it to be in such a unique looking item, I just think it's one of the best things that they've made available worldwide, or at least I'm thinking about America and the UK. But
I mean, I'm not lying. You can look at my phone. I had the sodas as my 4th spot as well.
Oh.
It's because we just pretty much just moved in here. It was almost the first post we got in our first house as well. Yeah. And as well, just kind of seeing stuff being made in the UK, especially that was associated with Funko, was like, oh, wow.
And they did Scooby-Doo.
That too.
That's amazing. So yeah, definitely the sodas have to take that spot, and just unboxing them was so fun as well. I love it. So do you have anything more to add about your funky sodas?
No, like I said, it was just kind of a glimmer of hope for the UK that we would start getting Scooby stuff again. And then from there, Asda's been releasing different t-shirts and stuff all year long. There's just been kind of like they've released that kind of collection of 10 DVDs, that pack of 4 as well. We've just started getting a lot of stuff released since then, which has been quite exciting.
I like that a lot. I think it's weird. I'm surprised that we're on the same wavelength for a lot of these things. It's kind of crazy. What about Sophie? I think we've once again thrown a curveball, like throwing something else into the mix. But it's all 2022, and everything 2022 is the champion of this video.
Well, I was going to say exactly the same as you two. The merch, like, about time. Like, why? Like you were saying, especially the UK stores are getting so much now. Like, yes, it's all been like the back end of the year. I mean, I would like to be like paced out over the year, but at least for now getting stuff. So yeah, all these like plushies and like Primark and Home Bargains, like I'm still on the hunt for them. But yeah, it's something about going out to an actual store and finding merch than just like ordering it online. I like the hunt for it, so that makes it exciting. So thank God there's been like more merch because I've been really wanting it.
Yeah, it's kind of one of them where like you say, it's seeing it in an actual shop, you're more inclined to get it as well. Like, I think if I saw a Scooby plushie online that was just a Scooby plushie, I'd be like, yeah, I've got 5. But like to see one out in a store that's from a different place, I'm like, I've just seen this in a shop and it's a little bit different. I want to get that.
Definitely.
Okay, so JayBee, we're into your top 3 now. So in 3rd place.
Oh, we should have done top 10. Okay, 3rd place for me. People might be surprised that this is so low, but there's reasons. So the 3rd one is uncovering the footage of the deleted Scooby-Doo 2 monsters from Peter Crosman, because that was one of the wildest, wackiest things that I've ever seen in my life. I wasn't expecting to see them. There was no indication. And the fact that it went into such detail, it floored me. The thing is just nobody was really in that interview. It was pretty much just me. And a lot of the things is seeing the reaction of others. And so if it had been a full house for that one, and there is reasons, it was like 1 a.m. I think it was some ridiculous time.
Yeah.
But if it had been a full house, it would have felt more like, oh my gosh, look at that, as opposed to, oh, that's awesome. But then it's kind of like, it's like you being you're the only one in class that's watched the film. And I was sat on that because it was a 2002 interview for a month and a half until everyone else saw it when it premiered. And so by the time it was out, I was kind of like, yeah, it's awesome, but I've been watching this on repeat on my phone for a month and a half. So it had kind of worn down for me. And obviously, when it comes to live action movies, I'm so much more 2002 than 2004. And oh, if we'd seen something like that for the first movie, instantly maybe that would have been second or top spot, or at least honorable mention. But it was cool enough to be top 3, my third one. So Deleted Monsters is an absolute must see. I'll leave a link to the clip version in the description. So yeah. What about you? What's your third?
My third one's kind of a mix of happy and sad, but it's also something that I think needs to be celebrated, and it's especially because it's us 3 here as well, and that is just in general Haunted High Rise. So from our initial reaction, like all 3 of us, when we're kind of after an interview and found out a little bit, and then we're in an interview and we found out a little bit more, and then the third interview, I think it was, when we got to see a lot more of things, like keeping it as brief as possible with that before I get shouted at by JayBee.
But no, we need it to be longer. It's a whole year we're talking about him.
Yeah, I know, but I can't remember what I can and can't say. Literally just the moments of Haunted High Rise that we've been able to share, us 3, and what we're kind of aware of and stuff, and like just the potential of that movie eventually being out there as well. I mean, obviously we know it's similar people to Trick or Treat that's worked on it, that movie was obviously incredible, and of course it was, we at least found out in comment section, so I know that was public and I can say it, that the Hex Girls were going to be there and everything. So to that end, I think it would just have been an incredible movie, and like I say, just the excitement of those moments that we were sharing as we were hearing things is like incredible.
Yeah, you know what? I like that.
Did I manage to word my way around that? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wait, do we know?
I'm
yes,
impressed,
we know,
yeah.
but we don't know. Okay.
I can say this because I don't think that we'll get in trouble. I don't suspect a lot of the general audience will watch this, but I will say we've perhaps seen more of an idea of Haunted High Rise than a lot of other people, so we're kind of pumped up about it. So I like that.
So we have to leave that.
What do you mean?
Can't say any more than that.
Well,
but it was good.
You're gonna get us in trouble. Actually.
I didn't say that, you did. I was trying to word my way around it carefully.
Yeah, I said I did.
Just like, I don't know, like I think the reason it's like in the top 3 is because I know, like, because it was all 3 of us as well. Like my eyes were darting from what we'd seen or what had been heard to then seeing Sophie's reaction and looking across and seeing JB's reaction, and it was just amazing. It's
become very, very nice, because I will admit we premiered an interview last week that was actually really cute. It was really sweet, but it felt weird not to tag Sophie in it because you weren't available for that one. I was like, no, this is weird, because I think you'd been in the last 8, 9.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I did like 2 that week as well, so to miss out on one of them,
crazy
like
week.
No.
I think that was literally a Monday to Friday week.
Oh gosh.
And that was when you were really ill.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Milly. Was that a new top?
I was ready for this Christmas break.
So is that top 3? So it's
something. My top 3. So
what's your third one?
I'm gonna go with Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo.
Yay.
Okay. First of all, for the release of it, I think I've been the first Scooby movie of the year, which we all know that there's been 2 since I don't know when. Also, I really enjoyed this movie. I haven't really enjoyed a Scooby movie since like 2018, like Gourmet Ghost. So I really enjoyed the take on this movie. I did really like the animation style as well. I did like I do like, the more, like camp scare and like what we've been getting at the moment. But I do kind of like the Guess Who style. I did like it was more fluid and all like cartoony and cutesy sort of vibe. However, yes, the release, but also we've been doing the interviews with people who've worked on it. And not only that, because it's like happening now and being present day, and to share this experience like now, that's been something else added on to being really special. So I've really enjoyed doing them.
Trick or Treat was incredible.
I want to do more Trick or Treat interviews, you know. There's a few that I'd like to get from that movie. But we'll see. I don't want to overwhelm people though, because it was like the whole of October was dominated with Trick or Treat interviews. And then we've done like 2 more since. So I want to kind of add some variety, but I want to do it. I hate how this thing's moving. I don't know why I wore this. I just
Even like everyone's wearing Christmas hats. I was like, no, I know Sophie doesn't have one, so you're not going to get me to wear one.
This isn't even a Christmas special, really, but it's nice. I think it adds something to the vibe. So is this my second one?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was gonna make this number 1, but I don't think I can. So the second one is just the coverage, and what I mean by that is how ridiculous it was to be featured on Screen Rant, Total Film. What was it? What was the English one? Was it the Daily Express or the Daily Mirror?
I can't remember.
The Daily something. That was such a ridiculous time, because I remember starting the channel as just a tripod aimed at a TV recording Mario Kart footage, and to go from that at the start to being approached by, I think, what was it, Reach PLC, asking if they can use footage for the Daily Express. It's kind of like, that was crazy. And I don't know, like I never thought I'd do something that did something, if I can express it that way. It was so weird. So it was just a surreal moment in life. I don't expect it'll happen again. Like, it's weird. Like, it happened once with Screen Rant. That's kind of a fluke. It happened twice, maybe a coincidence. I'd say if it happened again, it would just be another level of crazy. But I don't expect it to. But just the thought of it happening was just crazy. So that's going to be my second one. What about you?
My second one is Sophie's third one, Trick or Treat. It restored a lot of faith for me in Scooby-Doo. Like, after Guess Who, I was a little bit like, okay, is it kind of done here? Does it recover from here? Because I didn't personally enjoy Guess Who. So I was a bit like, can it get past it? And obviously just the team of people that put Trick or Treat together, there was so much love that went into that project that it was honestly, like, for me, you know, kind of how you have those ones from childhood, like, for me it's Witches, Ghosts, Zombie Island, and it's like, okay, they are the pivotal Scooby movies, they're the ones you always go back to and watch again. For me, like, Trick or Treat is one of the first ones that kind of reached that level in my estimations. So it was an incredible movie, and I guess that's kind of why Haunted High Rise was kind of really up there as well, because for somebody to create something as amazing as Trick or Treat and to hear they could do something else together, it was like, okay, we need to continue this. We need to continue the narrative they're on at the minute.
Yeah, I've got a playlist of Trick or Treat interviews. It's literally, we've done 5. How cool is that?
That is amazing.
That is amazing. So composer, animator, director, character designer, and background artist, storyboard artist, and director of High Rise. That's amazing.
Wow.
That is good.
I'm trying to get a voice actor. That's all I can say. So that's going to be good, because that's like that's the whole thing in it. That's the whole flavor. That's the works. So it's going to be great. So is that Sophie now?
Yeah.
For the
second place.
Oh, okay. The runner-up.
I'm not sure at the moment. I'm still thinking. I'm like tossing with 2 in my mind, but I don't know, because I mean, obviously Gray's first.
Yeah.
I don't know, jog my memory, I don't know. I've got like 2. One was a bit of a cop-out. I was going to say, like, the fact that Warner Brothers are doing 100th next year. Like, we've been seeing that there's, like, more merch coming out and hopefully more Scooby stuff.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
That's next year's problem, but it's happened this year.
Yeah, we've started to learn about it with some of the new Funkos that's going to be released for it. And again, it's just that thing where it's like sparks hope, really, that all this stuff's available in the UK.
It's the the fact that the Hot Wheels, like, I was disappointed with the concept art of like the gang and the Looney Tune characters. I mean, I don't know what they could have done anyway with it, but I don't want that to be my top 2 though. I don't know. What do you think?
JayBee,
I guess we could
throw some of your honourable mentions out there.
my honourable mentions.
I think it's a pretty shit year for Scooby stuff, like media.
Yeah.
I guess we've picked up the slack from that regard, though. I would like to say that the generosity and absolute kindness of the people that we've spoken to, be it, you know, collaborating hosts, interviewees, has just been absolutely incredible, because these are actually they're a lot of fun to do, but also there's a lot of anxiety behind it as well, at least from my point of view of speaking at the right time and like getting introduced to a completely new person every time, unless it's like a returning person, which we've only had twice,
yeah.
So it's really a crazy experience. And it's kind of like, obviously it's somewhat easier to interact with someone via Zoom versus face to face. Like, I think I was more nervous in front of Gray for the first time than I was for a lot of the people we've interviewed, purely because it was that Zoom interaction versus the kind of, oh my gosh, like what's wrong. But it's just amazing. Like, you can look around, even the background of this room, for instance, and you've got the Craig Titley script on the wall, which he just sent like for nothing. And it's kind of like, well, that's absolutely crazy, because I'm absolutely wild about, say, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and his name appears at the start of pretty much every episode of that. And even years before starting the channel, it was, oh my god, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is amazing. And so it's just amazing to be able to interact with so many nice people. And C. Ernst Half was also really kind. In fact, he sent me some stuff recently on email. I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but it was cool. So it's just been an absolutely incredible ride. So yeah, I guess that's my runner-up, just the people behind everything, including myself, because I think, as Milly and Sophie knows now at this point, I feel like I'm quite a different person here than I am in real life. It's almost like I'm Clark Kent in real life. I can't do anything. I trip over myself. I'm socially awkward. I'm a bit of a loser, for lack of a better word. And not that I'm some like cool alpha male here, but I feel like I can do stuff that's somewhat competent. So yeah, I've rambled on yet again, but I think that's it. Just the heart.
No. You know what I'm going to give my top 2 to?
Ooh,
okay, so obviously the amount of interviews that this channel has done has been incredible, and they've been consistent like the whole year, like every week. But I think my favourite interview that I've watched, and I've watched it more than once, was George Doty, the fourth one. Now, as a diehard Scooby fan and lover of What's New Scooby-Doo, the stories that he shared on that interview was just like mind-blowing for me. It was just so interesting to learn like all about What's New Scooby-Doo. And I mean, I've always loved What's New Scooby-Doo, but especially the past 2 years, like the TV channel's been rerunning it. So I've had every opportunity to watch it, and I've just fallen more and more in love with What's New Scooby-Doo.
What's New Scooby-Doo is such a great area. And I guess that's kind of reminded me almost of like, we sometimes do honorable mentions and things that really, you know, do have a place in the top 5. It's just that we cut them down. And
well, see, here's the thing, I don't consider this to be my top 5 complete, like, definitive moments. This is just
the first,
because it was the nature of what we did and this preparation time, which was appalling on my part. I honestly think that every one that we've mentioned could have been number 1 for me. And if anything, if I had to choose like a top 50 moments, I'm sure I could. Because again, I'm thinking about another honorable mention that Sophie just mentioned. Like, Warner Bros. are kind of incompetent. They don't really celebrate things. Like, for the 20th anniversary of 2002, we basically got a slideshow, and that was it. I don't think they did anything for the 20th of What's New Scooby-Doo. I mean, we got a digital download for What's New, but I think that was last year, not this year. So it's been kind of whack. And so to literally have been the only people to make a 20th anniversary collection playlist of the 2002 movie and What's New Scooby-Doo, I mean, it's obviously not received the numbers that it would have, say, if it was an official Warner Brothers thing, or nowhere near that amount, not even anywhere near to the amount of bigger YouTube channels. But the fact that you can look back and go, well, I remember rushing back from school to watch What's New Scooby-Doo as a kid, and to know that you'd be part of the team that would do the only coverage for the 20th anniversary is crazy. And just the names that you see on the, like, I literally saw, say, Ed Charlotte, George Doty's name on the TV screen as a little kid, having no idea that, you know, like 20 years later, I'd be speaking to them and they'd be like emailing and stuff. It's crazy. And with the 2002 movie, I don't know where we got the energy from, but we had, on the week build up to that, we released an interview every other day. That's insane. Like, why did we do that?
I don't know why we did, but I'm happy with it.
It's crazy, actually. I wouldn't have done that now. I think my energy is kind of depleted somewhat. But yeah, the 20th anniversary celebrations are definitely way honorable mention.
I mean, I guess my honorable mention would be the Joe Sichter interview. When we saw the book for Loch Ness, I cried.
Oh yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yeah. And because I cried, they then went on to send me pictures of every page of the book that set forward as their proposal for the movie. So yeah, I kind of wish I'd put that in my second spot, because it's not quite what I'm about to say.
Well, I will,
but it's so close.
I do intend to bring, if he wants to, of course, Joe Sichter back again, because he did so many, like so many, that there almost does need to be a part two. So I would like to bring him back again.
I just want to watch the Loch Ness again now, thinking about that movie. Just thinking about that interview and that book.
It was on earlier today, the movie.
Oh gosh, I love it so much.
You were asleep.
Oh, it's my favourite movie, it really is.
Of all time.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, so we're up to the first place spots.
So
I feel like there might be a little
crap, because
petition here.
I think that we're all going to have the same one. Obviously, for me, number one, Meeting Sophie, Meeting Grey, Wales Comic-Con, Telford Takeover, December 2022.
Guess what? Meeting Sophie, Meeting Grey, Telford 2022. Sophie?
I wonder. Of course it was meeting you guys in Grey.
She was just amazing. You were obviously amazing as well. And like, I just think as far as like Comic-Con guests go, she was just there all day. She was stood up all day, interacting with people all day. She wasn't one of the ones that just, sits behind a table and signs an autograph. She was greeting everybody that walked in, like giving them hugs. She really took her time to speak with people as well. And yeah, can't say enough good stuff about her. And obviously you as well.
It was such a crazy situation, because it almost doesn't seem real looking back at it.
Yeah, it's almost like I can't remember it clear enough for it to be a real memory. It's just... I'm
glad I'm not the only one that feels that way. Like, like I finally know what the meaning feels like a dream means. Like, I know what it feels like now. Like, I really can't remember any of it unless I go back and watch the video, like your vlog.
So weird. I can't remember it clearly. Like, I can't remember it like an actual physical memory. I remember it's kind of like a hazy kind of, like you say, like a
fever dream.
Yeah. Like something that you can, like you wake up the next morning after dreaming and you're like, oh yeah, that happened in my dream. I wish that was a reality. And it almost has like this cloud-like feel to it. The edges are a little bit kind of fuzzy and like, I don't know, it's just all like that.
I just wish, my only regret from that day is that I didn't have the riz to invite Grey into a throuple. That would have been banter. I think that would have been like definitive.
You ruin every conversation you have with anybody, you know that, right?
What do you mean? I wanted riz. But yeah, I'm keeping up with the social media pages of every Comic-Con in the net. Well, I don't know how much radius it is. Not London, basically anywhere but London.
Yeah, London's not quite for me.
Unless it was December, I would save the money.
So you would go at
Yeah.
the busiest time of the year to a place you don't want to go to because there's too many people.
Are you kidding me? December Christmas shopping in London.
It tends to happen in
December.
December.
That would
Nightmare.
be hanging. No, because there's like massive
Nightmare.
stores and it could be like.
Oh, what? That are only there at Christmas? Do you not think like
Oh, no,
Hamleys is
that's-
open all year round?
Yeah, but they don't have like stockings and tinsel everywhere and lights. It would be great. A Big Ben. Oh man.
Yep, that's there all year round too.
I've got to say, yeah. Honestly, I would try and convince a December thing if it was London, but only if it was like.
I feel like me and Sophie are gonna take some convincing.
Okay, but London's the main UK place. So think about, let's say, for the 21st anniversary, they did a 2002 cast reunion, December, London. Like, that's the one.
I'll be there.
You got Matthew Lillard,
Okay, yeah,
Linda Cardellini. Cardellini.
that's the best chance we've got at a Valmer autograph, but it's okay.
Freddie Prinze Jr., Sarah Michelle Gellar, and they could even bring Neil Fanning over. How cool would that be? And imagine Rowan Atkinson. Like
True.
he's in the UK, right?
I want to meet Mr. Bean. Yeah.
They should just that would be the thing. But yeah, so I mean, if anyone does keep up with the Comic Cons and stuff as well, let us know in the comment section. And if there is something announced, sometimes we might miss it. So feel free to pester us, and that'll be good. Is that it?
I think so.
I think that might be it. That's kind of crazy. But that's
fine,
our
yeah.
year in review. I don't know what's gonna happen. But yeah, I hope that everyone did enjoy. I do apologize for the somewhat chaotic nature of the video. Like we said, this is Christmas special, New Year's special,
Number 3.
version 3. So it's not version 4 though. Like you guys don't even want to know what version 4 would have been. That would have been absolutely crazy. You want to know what that is?
No.
No one wants to know. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone for watching. Please let us know your favorite moments of 2022 in the comment section, as well as your favorite moments from this year on the channel as well. If you want to find all of Sophie's amazing artwork that you can catch a glimpse of in the background, their Instagram will be in the description down below. Please go and follow it. It's down there in the description. Not there. That's ridiculous. But down there in the description. Nowhere physically here. That's down in the description.
Oh,
that's where it is. So yeah, if you want to see more, then please not see more. If you want to see more content from more videos, then please comment, and subscribe to JayBee Milly. And we'll see you in 2023. Even though realistically this isn't the last 2022 video, it's just a nice way to end off. So yeah, thank you so much.